Hey there, Mountain West region. Craig Hooper here, representing your Cultural Intelligence CQ team from the region. Hey, I don't have to tell you, it's been a wild time. There's lots of racial tension and frustration and just really hard things going on right now. And some of you may feel really comfortable navigating that with folks in your area, and others may not feel comfortable at all. So we wanted to just share a few thoughts on how to get started with that process. Some of these might be helpful to you personally, or maybe to you as you lead your area, but it's a place to begin, and we want to be helpful. So we're not experts, give us grace, but we thought this might help, so enjoy.
Something you can do right now is open yourself up to learning. For your convenience, we've attached a resource document to this email. This isn't the time for us to ask our friends of color to detail their life experiences to us, but we get the opportunity to do the hard work now. It may be scary because we want to be perfect or we don't want to say the wrong thing, but we're all going to make mistakes, and that's okay. We need to stumble forward together in this work.
Another tip is to be bold enough to initiate conversations. There's a lot of fear in a lot of us, and uncertainty, and so sometimes we lack a little bit of confidence on the subject matter. But I think it's really important that we are bold and we just start a conversation. Our kids need us right now. Our Young Life kids need us to initiate those conversations. Our leaders do, our donors, our friends. Let's don't be afraid to be the one to initiate the conversation, even if it might be a little bit uncomfortable.
It's really important that after you initiate conversations that you ask questions, that you take the humble position of the listener. Listening will build empathy, and it might be messy, it might be awkward, but at the end of the day, it's going to be beautiful, because when we listen to our friends of color and we lean in, it validates them. And so I want you to resist the urge to give your opinion or to give solutions or to give excuses for white people for any of the things that they explain. Just allow them to share their stories and lean in and validate their feelings. They will feel very served by you doing that. The most important relationship in an area is between the committee chair and the area director. So please make sure that if you are going to have an event about race, or you're going to send out a communication, that you would run it past your committee chair. It is really important that we are unified. And it's also important to keep in mind that your committee or committee chair may have different views. Perhaps they haven't done work in this area, or they haven't thought about it. And so it's important to realize that, and to have some grace for them and love, but also to just allow them to continue owning the ministry with you and to be united. So run those communications past your committee. And if you suspect any kind of problems with that, please talk to your supervisor and they'll walk you through what you might do next.
I want to encourage us in this season to take that next step forward. And in so doing, I want to remind you that you do not have to be the expert. You don't have to have it all figured out. We are not going to get through these issues in the next couple weeks. This is going to be the long game. And with that, we need teams. We need to bring people along with us. Not everybody might come, but we need to create safe places where dialogue and honest conversation can happen. And maybe that's framing this as an invitation. I truly think this is an invitation from the Lord for us to move as a mission, but also for those that are maybe feeling stuck, to see this as an invitation to take the next logical step forward in discernment from the Lord, whatever their next step is. Hopefully we can do that as a team and do that intact and together change.
As white people, we need to be willing to accept that there are different experiences other than our own. That doesn't invalidate your struggle or your feelings, but we need to recognize that these experiences are different. And we don't want to invalidate the lives of our Black brothers and sisters by comparing their struggle to ours.
I hope those things were a little bit helpful for you. Just so you know, if you still have questions, if you are just needing someone to listen and process with, please feel free to reach out to myself or anyone else that was on that video, anyone else on the CQ team. We would love to just dialogue with you. Don't forget, we've attached a list of resources that's pretty extensive, but there are lots of places to just dive in and to begin to learn more about this conversation. So thanks for leaning in, guys.